Good evening, peeps out there. So I was meant to go live with Monica at 8:30, and we've been trying for the last 20 minutes to get her computer to work to come online, and it's failed. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to do it on here. So I'm just waiting for her to come online. In the meantime, I'm going to close everything on the PC because we're not using the PC. Monica, if you are in here, let me know. The thing is, with this Facebook, it says you can do an interview. Yay, Mon's here. So now, it says I've got to wait for it to register that Monica is on here. So when you try and do an interview using Facebook Live, it gives you the option to invite friends. And I don't know whether this is the same for anybody else who may have tried it, but when I click to invite friends, it finds nobody. Like, nobody. So we thought we'd come on here, but I knew that I was going to have to... sorry, I'm just pressing buttons on my screen. Request to be in your... Right, Monica, you can now request to join, apparently, on here, because it's not registering that you're there. Aha! Approve! Add! Adding. I think she's going to be here. She's going to be here in a minute. If this works, it will be a miracle. Yay, Mon!
Yay!
We're both here.
Wow,
how amazing.
That was a hassle.
That was a hassle. So for those, I'll just, hey Kirsty, for those of you who are joining in and who may be interested in doing one of these interviews on a Monday night with us going forwards, you can't do them on phones or tablets because BeLive just doesn't work on those very well. And if you're using a laptop or a hard drive, the speed's got to be quite good to keep up with the live stream, basically. So that's what we were trying to do. Monica tried to join. I was like, but I can't see you. And it was because she was on the phone.
Yeah, since 8 p.m.
She could see me. But, so anyway, here is Monica Montalvo, who has been with ABW from the beginning. And in fact, there is an image that we've got when we had a guest speaker right near the beginning. And Monica is sat in the front row. And that was when we had the from... Dragon's Den, Monica. I don't know if you knew that. And I didn't know Monica at all then. Yes. And in fact, she lives in my village. And to give you a quick synopsis, she's now my son's Spanish teacher. She's my colorist and my hairdresser as well. She's such a talented lady. And she's not English. She's from Venezuela. So I've got a Venezuelan friend, which is kind of cool. And I think you all need Monica in your life. So, Monica,
thank you so much.
Are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you see me? I'm here.
Monica, are you there?
I'm here. Yes, I am. Can you see me?
It was my connection then. Oh, Jesus. Right, Monica, tell everybody what your, I don't want to say businesses, I want to say talents are.
That's really nice introduction. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if you have breaks up. I'll just let me know. Okay. My talents are, yeah, there are a few. I can start with my hobbies. My hobbies are music and photography. I love that. So those are kind of like the kind of like the beginning of my journey on all these. I'm very creative. I love arts and yes, and my business is makeup at the moment. This is my main business, and I work with photography, and I work in filming, in the filming industry, and yes, and the fashion industry. So those are my my main talents at the moment. As you well said, Claire, yes, I started when I first came to this country. I started with Spanish. Teaching people Spanish, which was my strength. Now that my English was very basic, I was starting to kind of like, push that forward, and it really made me feel close to home. And yes, so that's a little bit of my intro, basically. So I got a little bit of everything in there.
Okay, you really haven't done yourself much justice there, have you?
No. Okay, you do it. You see.
So she says, I work in Monica is a mum of two, and as all mums do, she runs her home as well. And her husband is also equally as gorgeous as she is and works. Monica last year finished, was it a 4-year university
Well,
degree, Mon?
it was yeah, counting the college, it was 4 years of student, yes, and I did 3 years of university in Birmingham, which has a little bit of
And
a
so she was
yeah.
traveling to Birmingham back nearly every day. And she, like, the stuff she has created. Monica, go to your cupboard in the corner and get your book. So as
Oh,
part of her degree, she
yeah,
was making prosthetics,
I got it.
which were just amazing.
I thought you
And
were gonna
for
ask
her,
for it, so I brought it
oh,
like super
yeah.
close.
And this book that she's picked up just now, Monica designed and wrote, and everything inside that book, I mean, you can see how glossy it is all of her
Yeah.
own work
It's a li-
and imagery and all of her hair and
I show you
makeup. It's just
one of my
incredible,
beautiful pictures.
absolutely incredible.
So
And
now
oh,
this is
and I do believe this horse.
so now this is a really famous to be horse, or perhaps it's famous already. I mean, it's actually Hannah's. Hannah's from
Hannah
Vanity.
Gardner.
I feel if you've seen it, she hasn't seen this just yet, and I can't wait for you to have a glimpse of this. There's been um, a few preps for this book, so it's not really out yet, and we're starting to get all the promotions and get all the background that it deserves. So yes, so this is for my beautiful Hannah, who's been amazing with her beautiful horses. If you haven't followed her, she's amazing.
So when we're thinking about collaborations within ABW, nobody thought that a horse would be involved.
Absolutely. In these kind of pictures.
Um, so I know you don't do photography as a business, but I'm just going to give you a plug that Monica is the person who took my profile photo as well. She did my hair and my makeup and took my profile photo.
Oh, it's a pleasure
Um,
working with
so
you.
she's just one of those women that is just is good at everything. Everything she turns her hand to. Mon, how long have you lived in England for?
Right, so it's been 17 years now. So 17 years, yes, and then most of the time has been in here in Radcliffe, so yeah, I've been in Radcliffe for 11 years. So yeah, and all around Nottingham, just 17 years. Which is lovely. There's a lot of work outside of Nottingham, and people say like, why don't you live, with the type of work that I do, why don't you live somewhere else, and but I think I love, being super center in and central and close to you all. You're amazing, guys.
So yeah, so why did you join ABW when you joined 4 years ago? What was it that made you join? What were you doing then? What?
I finished my first course, and I was looking into get into into get to know the community, and I think it was you, Claire, who introduced me to ABW. You were starting this business group, and I think I found it fantastic. It was between you and Andrea, basically, that they kind of
I was
like
going to say,
hooked
I
me.
don't think I knew you.
You don't think you knew me? Would it be Andrea?
No, it might have been.
Andrea, yeah, you have to tell us, was it you? Yeah, please refresh that memory. I'm terrible at this, So yeah, well, either one of you, introduced me, and I came very unprepared for a group, an event that you have that everybody, shows their skills, and everybody had their showcase basically. I think it was
Oh, the
right.
showcase.
So I think it was the
Yeah.
first one that you did at the Grange, and I came so unprepared. I just came with all my airbrush kits and no tablecloth and no cars or anything, and it was like, hello everybody, this is me. Yeah, funny memories.
How would you do things differently if you're going to come along to a showcase now? What element of your skills would you bring along to a showcase?
Wow. What elements? Oh, that's a tricky question. Can you help me with
Like
that one, because
the
it's so
hair, the
broad?
makeup, what would you promote yourself as? What's your passion? Where are your passions lying right now?
I think myself will be as a makeup. Makeup and hair is what I really control. So I'm really happy. I got a background in photography, and I understand the pictures. That's why I kind of like love working with other photographers and making teams, you know. So that's something that yeah, to make the most of it with other people, you know, to make them feel amazing. And yeah, and boost their, you know, the confidence, and it's like a pampering, it's a treat. And then, you know, that would be my, you know, my output. You know, if you are stressed, if you want to feel great about yourself, if you want just basically just sit in there and have a nice chat and feel great, this is me. I'm the one.
Right. Tell me about one of your most recent successes.
Wow, I knew you were gonna come with something like that. One of the most recent.
Can you
You
not
know,
think of anything, Monica, that's happened in
I
the last couple of weeks?
I think you know more than me, Claire. I think I tell you things and then I tend to forget, and you remember a lot more than me. The couple of weeks. I mean,
Something like international is what I'm thinking.
right. I have been working very closely with a newspaper which have published my work, and that's something that is quite nice, you know, to see. I have
Is that
published my
mass?
work. Yes, I have published my work in Spanish, which is great. It's a newspaper in London, which is, you know, it's starting to spread out a little bit more. And that's something that I'm really, you know, excited about. In fact, if any of you guys want, you did it. Well, if anybody
I
wants to,
did
you know, to kind of like
in
put yourself
Spanish.
out in Spanish, exactly. I'm so excited, you know, for you. You are, you know, you made me very, very proud. So yes, you know, there is, you know, there is a market in there out there, you know. So with whatever you do, it's great to, you know, to see, yeah, to see your work out. And
In
let's
fact,
have a
that's a
look.
really
There's
good
a lot
point,
of,
Monica, because there are probably women in the group who could do one of the editorials. So when I did it, they were just looking for women in business, weren't they? Entrepreneurial business women and their stories. So, I mean, I did write mine. Well, no. I tried to write mine in Spanish and then I gave it to them and I allowed them to amend it, rewrite it completely. I haven't written in Spanish since
I
I was
don't
at
think it was
university.
that bad actually, you know. I think your Spanish is really
Well,
good.
thank you very much. You're very kind. But for anybody else who may want to appear in this newspaper, it's called Mass. It's all over the country, isn't it? In the big cities, so London, Birmingham, Manchester, Edinburgh. I
And
think
because
is it a bit like the Metro that they give over, but it's for the Hispanic population.
that's right,
But
it's
that
actually
doesn't mean
it's a color magazine, and it's started to expand. And in fact, you know, the director or the, you know, the publisher, basically he wants me, you know, to help out to bring it out to this side. So I, you know, that will be an opportunity to kind of spread it out in many places. We can do like lots of printing and put it, you know, put it out in some cafes and stuff like that. So again, it's in Spanish, but you never know. I would say you never know. It's
don't let
really
that put you off because people
not
can
at all.
translate it, can't they?
Absolutely. And the Spanish community is big, and there's a lot of people studying Spanish, you know, and they want to practice, and that is something that you could be in, yeah, in someone else's conversation, actually.
However, FYI, going back to the original question of a recent success, I was thinking of Vogue Italy.
Oh, for instance. Yeah, that's really cool, actually. Yeah, well, that was that. You
You
see,
know,
you remember
mine.
things like you obviously remember things more than I do. Yeah, that was really a really good yeah example actually. We did a shoot in Nottingham, which is I'm very proud, you know, that we did it just so close at home, and these people came all the way from Exes, and the model, what I'm, you know, mainly. And yeah, so it was shooting in Nottingham city center, and that was on a Sunday. It was freezing cold. In fact, we had, you know, quite a lot of snow. You know, still looking, you know, quite freezing. And the following day was there. You know, the photographer just very quickly went, put it there. But actually, he submitted a couple of images. I think one that we really like, and they, you know, and the second one, it was like, yeah, in there, which is a really
Yes,
good.
so
It's really
that's
good.
amazing. Did you do the hair and makeup on that one or just the
I
makeup
did
or
just the makeup. I work with a team, so I'm very close to. I got a very good friend. It's not on ABW, but a good friend that we work. together, and she does hair, and we work fantastically. So that's another thing, if anybody in here, want to do things like that, or wants to go for a makeup, and then I can do hair, or vice versa, it would be, something that it would be a good, and a good team, and something great that I would love to do.
Joe Welsh has just put, "You are so humble." Isn't that true? Like, Monica doesn't realize the extent of her talents, honestly. She really doesn't. And she's ridiculously humble. If you've got any questions, by the way, please pop them in. It's like, I know Monica quite well. Her husband's a fantastic chef as well. And they just make us so welcome when we go out. She did as mention she teaches my son Spanish as, yeah, I think I did. And you're a salsa teacher.
I do dancing. Yeah, I did dancing just before I started with all my, my makeup business and, an adventure. And yeah, I still do it. I still hook because I really feel like it's something that I can, give the best of me, my culture, and there's a little bit of space and, in there. Yeah, I do a little bit of dancing.
And I feel like I want you to bring your little cuatro out, your little, everybody, what would I, but it's not a
yeah, it's a cuatro. It's a cuatro. Yeah,
yeah, it is a cuatro. I'm trying to think what other people, what the English would call it.
People
just look like I'm stroking my boot.
The ukulele?
Yes, people would call it, looks like a ukulele, but it's not a ukulele. But Monica also plays that. Seriously, guys, no end to this lady's talents.
Oh,
she can probably like sing and everything as well. I mean,
you're making me blush now. I do actually.
But, yeah. What are your? Oh, my phone battery has only got 15% on it, so we do have to. My son's even come in. I'm not going to show because he's only got his pants on. He's come in to watch.
Oh,
your interview.
Hola, Dylan.
Hola, Dylan. Just leave them there. I was going to say, what's your plans for the future, Mon?
My plans for the future. I'm building my my website, which is something that has been due for so long. I just wanted to make it right, and I didn't want it to kind of like show everything, like in a messy way. So that's my main goal. So I can just, have a place that you can all go and see that, all tidy. In the meantime, I'm working very much and doing networking a lot. And yes, I'm using social media, but I prefer the one-to-one, So yes, my goals. I'm working on a film next weekend, which is, it's a local director, and that's gonna be interesting. I kind of like keep, doing that kind of like little jobs. It's been hard for some of you that are working as a makeup artist or getting into this industry. It's really hard. The competition is crazy, but there's a light. The light in the tunnel. So kind of like I have already started to see that. So people understand what I do and how I work, and so my goals are now to get more and more established, because even though that I feel
you've been doing this for years now.
Yes, I've been doing it for years.
And that's the thing, a lot of people will go, a lot of people will enter this industry and think, oh, I've been doing it for 6 months, I've not got any clients, I'm going to give up. It's taken a hell of a lot of work and study on your behalf to get to where you are now, and the momentum is just starting for you, isn't it?
Yes, it's starting to pick up, and I see loads of people frustrated. I've been there myself, like feeling, am I doing the right thing or not? Is and again, I'm a mom of 2, so I feel like now that I need to work, for them to, more like okay, I'm not, a young girl that I can, play around. So it's so much to to think around. So yeah, it can be frustrating, but yes, there is a light. There is a light, and you have to keep perseverating. How is that perseverance? Persevering. That's the one.
Persevering. What's the most frustrating part of what you do now?
What's the most frustrating? I suppose it's like, let me think about this, right? Because there's a lot of like of entrepreneurs or girls who are who are starting, and like me, we're looking opportunities, and and there's a lot of in the industry, like a lot of, how can I say this, yeah, people who want to get your work for free, and then that that kind of like pushes back the ones that are getting to these, to make this professional. So it's a bit frustrating, to get the right the right level, and then you have, so I will I will say to everybody, like, give yourself a value, just um charge for what what you do, and yeah, try not to because it becomes a circle, like everybody's doing things for free, and then so you get pushed out because you can get some work for free for other people, then and then no, they want to pay, so of course
Yeah,
you want everything.
absolutely.
So yeah, so it's so that would be.
So from within ABW, how could our members help you?
Oh, goodness me. Well, to start in, like, because I'm very creative, I feel like my brain is always like thinking, I'm very dreaming about, about things, how I can create things. And I always think like I need a manager. Someone who can do. Like thinking,
Sorry, you just went on my big screen. Sorry,
Oh,
say that again.
right. So yeah, so I always feel like I need someone, like again, to like, to guide me, perhaps, things like yeah, so yeah, like maybe to be on top of things, like that kind of like the more, like more business, sort of part that, we creative lack.
Accountability.
Pardon?
Accountability.
Accountability, that would be amazing. Yes. Yeah. I suppose, like, yeah, bring it on, ladies, says like, I think you need this month. I think I would be great, to help you with this, and, just bring it on, put it on the table, and, so perhaps I can.
So are you building your website or is somebody doing it for you?
I am actually, I got someone who has build it up sort of thing, but then I have to do all the contents and things like that. Again, I got loads of information and I'm trying to get the right one. So only me, have to do that homework. And then eventually, it will go live.
Because
Yes.
you do know that we've got lots of ladies in here who can help with that, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know there is a few of you amazing people. Perhaps, it would be nice for someone to help me with my logo. I kind of have got an idea with my logo. So if you are, yeah, if you are there, listening, and, and you have that
Definitely got a
skill, it would
few
be amazing.
graphic designers in the group that can help you with that.
That's
I
right.
dare say that
So
you've got something in your mind, it just needs putting into
that's
a
right.
digital form.
I got some sketches, and I got some, some every, so kind of like a really good feeling of what I want now for my image to be, and that's it. So I'm just kind of like have to put it together, and so, which is not bad, is it? To have an idea.
No, exactly. It's great
I'm
to have an
getting there.
idea and makes
I'm
life a
getting
lot
there. It's
easier.
really difficult.
It is
Yeah.
difficult, especially when you're really busy as well. Anyway, it's time for me to put my son to bed, and it's
Thank you so
20
much.
minutes have gone.
Thank you
I
so much.
hope everybody can see how awesome you are and how passionate you are about everything, and love you as much as I do. You're fantastic. Dylan's here to say.
Thank you.
And if anybody needs to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Okay. The best thing to do is to write on my email. I will leave, all the details writing in there, my email, because
Yeah.
a little bit tricky, monica@makeup.com. And also Instagram, if you can follow me, is under Monique Montalvo. Again, I leave all the details because, again,
Yeah, put
my
them in the
surname
comment.
is long. As you can see, it's a really long one. I'm just gonna put in here for you guys. Very long. So
Cool.
anyhow, I make sure that that all the details are written in there. Thank you so much to all of you lovely ladies who are watching. Priscilla, you did a short salsa course. That's exciting. It's true. I'm glad that you are, into the salsa world. I love it, as you can see. And Joe, thank you so much. Oh, I had a really, really good day with Joe. We went to the photography show today. We did a beautiful trip to Birmingham, and it was really cool. Thank you so much, Joe. She needs an interview. She's awesome. She's another
We can
lady.
get her on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, for that. And I go, Kirsty Fisher. You
So
said that
yeah,
her brother lives in Guatemala. Oh, that's really nice. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Donna, I can see that you are there as well. Thank you so much. And she's amazing. I mean, all the ladies in here, thank you so much for having me.
no problem. Love you lots. I'll speak to you
Love you
soon.
more. Night night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.